Hey everyone, this is Ms. Moffat from across the Litiverse, and welcome to a special and maybe kind of sappy video today. I know I don't normally post on a Monday, but this is a special edition of Across the Litiverse. I'm celebrating my second anniversary with my gent Paul, and I thought I'd share a bit about the bookish side of our relationship. I'm guessing that he's already blushing at this point, and I do hope that I am there to see it. Mwahaha. Paul and I are avid readers. I mean, we both work at the same comic book store, so it's safe to say we have that in common. A large part of our friendship and later our relationship revolved around books, particularly science fiction, fantasy, and of course, comics and manga. On our second shift together, I found out he liked science fiction, and I recommended The Wind-Up Girl by Paolo Bacigalupi. This one's speculative fiction at its most real and terrifying. It's set in the not-too-distant future where calories are currency and bioterrorism becomes a tool for corporate profits. You know, romantic stuff. I bought my own copy of this book a week after I'd recommended it to him, specifically so I could lend it to him. And then I didn't lend it to him because I'm smooth like that. Then I read The Book Thief by Marcus Zuzak, and it was so moving and emotionally overwhelming that I couldn't bring myself to read another book for like 6 months afterwards. I swear, my room was just a pile of half-read, discarded books that were not The Book Thief. I was mourning that book something fierce. It's all I would talk about, and I couldn't focus on any other books until I decided to read Isaac Asimov's Foundation trilogy. I'd found a list of books every geek must read, and I left a link to my video below, and I realized I hadn't read much in the way of classic sci-fi. I mentioned to Paul that I was going to check out the Foundation trilogy, and he suggested we co-read the series. Thankfully for me, I was able to move past my book mourning, and Foundation became the first series Paul and I read together and discussed in depth. We were still far from dating at that point. In fact, I think we were both in massive amounts of denial at that point, if I do recall correctly. From then on, we traded books back and forth regularly. He lent me Of Dice and Men, the story of Dungeons and Dragons and the people who play it, and the Planetary Omnibus, and I've left a link to my review of Planetary below. And I got him to read The Fault in Our Stars by John Green, which I was reading in anticipation of the film release. Side note, we just co-read Looking for Alaska by John Green in January. So thank you for the relationship bonding, John Green. You can be our third wheel any day. Paul's also one of the reasons I started reading the Dresden Files series, and I was terribly pleased with myself to give him a copy of Jim Butcher's Spider-Man story, The Darkest Hour, for our first Christmas together. I kid you not, this is real, and Paul didn't know this was in publication, so girlfriend win. I was also super kind and got him a signed copy of Ernest Cline's Armada when I was at Book Expo in 2015. Aren't I amazing? And I'll always think fondly of Stephen King's Rita Hayworth and The Shawshank Redemption, which was the first book Paul read to me when I was sick with the flu. I find reading to be a comforting thing for me, and to have him read to me when I was too sick to even lift a book myself was quite possibly one of the sweetest things in the world. So if you're not Paul and you've made it to the end of this video, then thank you very much for watching. And if you are Paul, then I think you're really cute and you like good books. Also, I'm curious to know if you and your partner had any unique books that brought the two of you together. Do you co-read with your partner, or do you both read in different amounts? Or are you a reader and your partner isn't? Please feel free to leave comments below. I'm curious to hear how other couples read and what they read. As always, thank you for watching, and make sure to subscribe for more great videos from across the Litiverse. On that note, signing off.